This guy was cheating. What I was scared of. And then you know what happened? When they caught him cheating in the locker room.
Floyd Mayweather has once again sent the boxing world into chaos with explosive claims that shook both fans and critics. According to him, the September 13th super fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford was never a genuine test of greatness, but a scripted event controlled by money and politics. Floyd declared that what the world witnessed wasn't the real Canelo, but a performance carefully shaped to fit a storyline, leaving fans questioning whether history was manipulated for financial gain.
Yes, we're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever. I'm not a liar. I work hard to build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not gonna let anyone go out there and smear my
Fiery breakdown. Mayweather didn't just make empty accusations, he pointed directly to the fight itself. He highlighted key rounds where Canelo Alvarez kept repeating the same predictable tactics even though they weren't working. Floyd argued that no elite fighter with Canelo's experience and IQ would continue with such a failing approach unless something unnatural was guiding the fight. For him, this was not just a bad performance. It was a red flag that something bigger was happening behind the curtains.
I could really say something negative. I could really say something positive. Mm-hmm. But when it's all said and done.
Well, everything happens for a reason. You're not going to be able to fight everybody. So they're going to always have something to say about a certain.
Mayweather followed up his bold words with a series of social media posts that hinted heavily at the fight being fixed. Although he later deleted them, fans had already seen enough to spread the fire. In those posts, Floyd claimed that Canelo looked like a man without a plan, a fighter who knew his fate had already been decided. He even compared it to Canelo's loss against Dimitri Bivol, reminding everyone that even when defeated, Canelo still raised his hand with pride. But against Crawford, Mayweather noted, Canelo seemed to accept his loss even before the judges read the scores, which he found suspicious and uncharacteristic.
Scores at 116 to 112. Max DeLuca and Tim Cheatham both have it. 115 to 113 to the winner by unanimous decision. The Fighting Pride of Omaha, Nebraska, USA, and no.
For this strange behavior. Floyd insisted, revealed that money not pride decided the outcome. He said Canelo's body language, his quiet acceptance, even his lack of urgency were signs of a fighter who had already agreed to lose. To Mayweather, the difference between a warrior's loss and a scripted one is clear, and Canelo's performance fell into the latter. He suggested that moments like the suspicious headbutt on Crawford were nothing more than theatrics to make the fight appear dramatic.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
Oh, I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe so. I'm not.
The Saudis paid Canelo heavily to lose.
According to Mayweather, Crawford and the Saudi organizers arranged a massive deal with Canelo that guaranteed him a huge payout in exchange for a loss. Floyd claimed that while fans thought they were watching a genuine battle for glory, what they were really watching was business dressed as boxing. He added that this was the biggest difference between him and fighters like Canelo. He was always paid to win, not to lose. For Floyd, that distinction is what made his undefeated record untouchable and his legacy unmatched.
You want to, and wake up when you want to. See, when you don't wake up when you want to, then guess what? Somebody's controlling you. And I don't want to be controlled, because I want to be.
These sharp accusations came during an interview where Floyd didn't hold back on his frustrations. He also criticized Canelo for giving Crawford too much praise after the fight. It's almost like he was embracing defeat instead of resisting it. According to Floyd, a champion never accepts losing so easily, which only added fuel to his theory that Canelo's performance was bought and sold. He even suggested that powerful outside influences, including figures tied to Turkey, played a role in making sure Canelo walked away with a heavy paycheck and a scripted loss.
You in there, or do you think we've got...
I don't know. But, I'm glad that I'm able to just still be able to entertain for the people, and they still get a chance to see just a glimpse of me.
This followed Floyd's recent call out of Crawford for a fight in 2026, which
This tension didn't happen in isolation. It came right after Mayweather publicly called out Terence, Crawford for a potential clash in 2026. Floyd had teased the idea by posting a bet slip and then challenging the world with a bold tweet. Who says no to me versus Bud in a battle of the GOATs? But Crawford's cold and dismissive response didn't sit well with Floyd. The rejection not only bruised his ego, but also triggered the wave of criticism that followed, including his explosive claims about the Canelo fight.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe even a bit, but no.
Nah, not at all. You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. Using what he got to shoot. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways.
Fueling his stance further, Mayweather compared himself to both Canelo Alvarez and Mike Tyson, claiming they were proof of how money can corrupt greatness. He pointed out that both fighters allegedly took losses for financial reasons. Canelo against Crawford and Tyson against Jake Paul. For Floyd, this proved that many legends had sacrificed their resumes for paychecks. While he built his fortune by staying undefeated and never selling out, he even argued that Canelo could have done better, thrown more punches, and fought with more heart, but instead chose to play his role for the money.
I'm just, curious, what was the plan to fight Canelo that night?
Just keep turning him.
Yeah.
Keep turning him. Keep the money inside. Southpaws.
That one, right?
Or if you fight in a southpaw, or you fight in the southpaw stand.
explaining how his fighter outpointed the Mexican great, Brian Bomac McIntyre said he wanted to capitalize on Crawford's advantages as a southpaw.
Side. Crawford's trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre strongly rejected these claims, giving full credit to his fighter's skill and preparation. He explained that their strategy was simple, yet effective. Exploit Crawford's natural southpaw advantage, control the inside angles, and neutralize Canelo's powerful right hand. Bomac described how Crawford's left hand would always travel faster and straighter, allowing him to land clean shots while keeping Canelo off balance. To him, the win had nothing to do with deals or money. It was all about preparation and execution.
I want to keep the money inside.
The other fighter.
Take away the right hand. Your left hand to be travel a shorter distance than his right hand. So his right hand got to come across the body.
Yeah.
The left hand, your left hand goes straight down the pipe. Real easy.
Bomac went further by comparing Crawford's approach to Oleksandr Usyk's dominance at heavyweight. Both fighters, he said, use movement, footwork, and angles to make even the most dangerous opponents look limited. Crawford executed this game plan to perfection, frustrating Canelo by throwing multiple shots for every single punch the Mexican landed. The result was a fight where Canelo looked like he was chasing shadows, while Crawford grew sharper as the rounds went on. It reminded many fans of Dmitry Bivol's blueprint. Only Crawford's version was even more punishing. Another critical factor was conditioning. Bomac revealed that Crawford trained with UFC fighters to toughen his body and prepare for Canelo's notorious punching power. This gave Crawford the confidence not only to take Canelo's best shots, but also to fire back with combinations that stole the momentum in every exchange. The preparation worked beautifully, and on his 38th birthday, Crawford celebrated as a three-division undisputed champion, marking one of the greatest achievements in boxing history.
Was there anything that surprised you about the fight? No.
In my speech I did up there, I said, yeah, exactly everything that we worked on in camp, he did it. Punch selection, catch and release, everything.
The big thing was like the way.
The night of celebration quickly turned into a storm of debate. At the post-fight press conference, Canelo stunned reporters by saying, "Crawford is better than Mayweather." Those words immediately reignited the never-ending GOAT debate. Fans and analysts around the world argued endlessly about who truly stands above all the undefeated Floyd Mayweather or the history-making Terence Crawford. What should have been a crowning night for Crawford became the spark for one of the most heated boxing debates in recent years.
That you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
Crawford himself, however, tried to calm the fire with respect and humility. Speaking on Cam Newton's show, he made it clear that he would never compare himself to Floyd Mayweather. He called Floyd the greatest of his era, the man who paved the way for fighters like him to succeed. Mayweather is the GOAT. He motivated me with his work ethic and dedication. Without him, I wouldn't be here, Crawford said. He also reminded fans that every era...
Put you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. He's a GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.